Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wrestling HQ. And I'm joined
Robbie
here by
Mills.
Rose.
Yep.
And today we're talking about a night of highs, lows, booms, returns,
Highs and lows? I don't remember the lows.
I'll get on to what I didn't really like. There's only one thing I didn't like. But we have to talk about something first. Stacked. We aren't going to review Stacked in the video. First of all, Robbie, how did it feel to be champion for one day?
Better than not being champion at all.
No,
like tomorrow. Tomorrow, I am absolutely relying on Kushida and Joseph Connors. Oh, Joseph Connors. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that yet. But overall, Stacked, what was your overall thoughts?
I like Stacked. I think it was good for what it was. You weren't really expecting too much from it. Like, Loaded felt like it was building up to a bunch of things. I mean, I know we got Will Ospreay versus Marty Scurll on the show, but I'm just wondering why we didn't get Marty versus Joe Hendry. But the show was good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, but is it bad to say that I preferred last year's to this year's? I don't know, something about it, like last year's, like obviously I'm happy Loaded's back. I think our future is going to be different because of course it's not World Cup week, but this show just kind of felt like another sort of World Cup show but without the brackets.
Right.
Felt like the English qualifier, basically.
It felt like it felt like before Loaded came back, it felt like the show, like Fight Back, like the matches would just happen. And even then, like the main event had build up. Marty Scurll versus Will Ospreay, I know they did it last year, but there was no real build up to this match. I know it was Will's first match since Scotty getting injured. Sorry to you guys if you noticed a weird cut in the middle of my sentence if I was speaking. I had to do something, but I'm back now. So I believe we were talking about match build-up before we left. Just Marty versus Will this year didn't have any real build-up between the two, so that was kind of, just like I know Hendry got involved, but still.
Good. Also, we could just talk, like, obviously it's a new arena, we get that, like, obviously they might come back to Leeds because obviously they sold out and stuff, the crowd were hot.
Right.
But hard cam was irritating.
Yeah, just everyone's heads didn't like it. And also they need to work on their live production, if I'm being completely honest. Like,
The way I would explain the hard cam is if you were in a cinema and you tried to private a film that hasn't really got the best quality yet.
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about too.
Like that.
Like, I think just WCPW, these are just general things. They need to work on their live production. Like, their audio levels. Because when the commentators open up the show, they like to be energetic. Stuff like that.
Didn't get audio show for like 15 minutes.
Let's just ignore that. I believe that was like an honest mistake. That, well, again, they need to fix that. But just on Stacked and on the World Cup show today too, but not as bad. Like, I feel like the music would interfere with like the commentators' headsets. So like when they were speaking during entrances, it would sound like this. Like it was just really bad.
Yeah.
So just work on that, and but it was fine. It was nothing that really took away from the shows or anything.
It's definitely one of those shows that I think was worth the price of admission because you got great wrestling.
Yeah.
Also, this is just me, but I watched it back as well, and I always had this like lag effect for like 5 seconds where it was kind of going
I
at
know
like
what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
But this yesterday, and you were like, I don't see it.
It wasn't on the live feed though. Like, were you watching the Fight TV live feed or were you watching the extra?
I was watching the extra live feed.
Like, were you watching the stream that said Stack 17 or Stack 17 Mirror?
Mirror.
Oh, well, I was not experiencing it on the Mirror, but I was experiencing it on the Fight replay that they have right now. that will be fixed eventually, but yeah,
Like,
I was experiencing that too.
Like, I'm happy that didn't cause audio lag.
Hmm.
Really happy that didn't end up causing audio lag.
Yeah.
But overall, it was a really good show. It just felt like it didn't feel. It felt like a World Cup prequel than more of a WCPW show, if you get me.
Right. I know what you're talking about.
Saying that the guys that we had that are in the World Cup aren't WCPW stars because you never know. One loaded tip might get Mike Bigley in or something like that one time, or Takahashi. We don't know that. But they didn't have any build up. They weren't unloaded. They just felt like they're here this week. Let's put some bums in seats, which is again good business tip because somebody who doesn't know WCW can be like, I know Takahashi from New Japan. Let's see what he's doing against someone like people Mike Bailey and get into WCW. It's a good tactic. I just felt as a fan.
Right, and it's worked before. Look at Rey Mysterio versus Alberto Patron views, and when Will Ospreay versus Rey Mysterio splits off into its own video, let's wait to see how many views that video gets. A lot is the answer. So I understand it completely. Our thoughts on Stacked. I think it was a good show. Nothing too special. I think Built to Destroy was better, but.
Speaking Stereo and Patron currently at 12.6 million views.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to tell you that, like, it works. But then again, though, I feel like Patron, even though I don't like the guy anymore, like, he is, I can call him a WCPW star because he's appeared without the World Cup. Again, Rey Mysterio, I can call him a WCPW star because he appeared without the World Cup.
Sure.
But these guys that came in from the World Cup, something just was a little bit off with them. Like they're just kind of like bonus attractions, and like
Right.
for a review, that's not what I want. For for a free World Cup show, I'm fine with that. But when it's called WCPW Stacked, not the Pro Wrestling World Cup, I feel like I should get more loaded centric stuff.
Yeah, stuff to like carry over stories, and they did that too. They did that with Drake and Lethal and Ospreay and the Prestige and Marty, and so that's fine. And I understand, what they're doing. But thoughts on Stacked? I thought it was a good show. You also thought it was a good show, correct?
Yeah.
Let's move on to tonight's show. By the way, I would like to point out that Stacked, at Stacked, I won the Rad Championship, and on tonight's show, I lost the championship. So this is something that I thought was gonna happen, but it's all good. It's honestly all good. The stuff that was on tonight's show made up for it, I think.
Can I just say, I've got the live sub count for WCPW. I'm not even joking. It's gone up 2K in the past minute.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for them. They
Yeah.
deserve it.
Yep. But overall, I thought that was a good show. Again, it just didn't feel like a WCPW show. It felt like a Pro Wrestling World Cup, which isn't a bad thing. It's just when I'm expecting WCPW stuff, it's a bit more. Can we also talk about how draining it was on a iPay-per-view to not have a main title match? Like,
Yeah.
I understand, obviously, that on WWE shows you don't always have Brock Lesnar appearing, but without being into Joe Hendry doesn't have the appeal of, oh, Joe Hendry's fighting on this card, whereas when you have Brock Lesnar on the card, you have to watch it, whereas when you don't have your main champion who's been there all the time, it just was a bit weird and lackluster.
Right. I get that, yeah.
The reason that he's fighting Swagger, but even a throwing match with Skrull again, or even, just make it so, maybe you shouldn't even announce the Swagger match, maybe you should have announced it after Stacked.
Yeah.
Yes, then you could have done it. And obviously, Swagger may have said something on Twitter and that could have leaked. But just make it so that we get title matches on our pay-per-views, please, because we just got them back, in a sense.
Right.
Got back with loaded, didn't even have a title match, and that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
But overall, do you want to hit the one the Pro Wrestling World Cup quarterfinals? Cause I want to get into that straight, like the round 16. Do you want to get into that straight away?
Sure.
Prestige looked like absolute shit.
Oh yeah.
All 5 of them lost. All 5.
Did they? Yeah, they all did. Banks lost. Hendry, BT Gunn, Ligero lost. Coffee lost, but Coffee had a reason to lose. We'll get to that. By the way, I wanna say something real quick. This might change by the time this video comes out. But I'm the new I don't know if you guys watch WCPW Review Guy, but I'm the new Comment Section Federation World Champion. So I'm still a champion.
You were a champion for at one point in life.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose it probably in the next 30 minutes, but it's all good, honestly.
Been to Daniel last night. No, not last night. Like a week ago. I got drunk last night. Sorry, I completely lost.
Yep.
But like I was talking to him a week ago, and he actually watched the review. So big up to you, Daniel Richardson. You do so much. You're great. Yeah.
But I want to point out something with our predictions, really quickly, that might be confusing to the people watching, and it even confused me for a while. I didn't know what we were gonna do. But what I've decided that me and Alex are gonna do is say this is an example. This is actually a true example that actually happened. Jay Lethal versus Zack Sabre Jr. Me and Alex both had Jay Lethal. Zack Sabre Jr. beat Jay Lethal, which we'll get to. So our predictions for the quarterfinal match changed from Jay Lethal to Zack Sabre Jr. So if our prediction loses, then we then predict whoever takes their spot. So there you go. Just in case you guys were confused at all, there you go.
So basically, if your guy doesn't go through, the slot he's in, or that match,
the guy who beat him is now who you're predicting.
Yeah. So honestly, yeah. Again, but like
we even did that for the Joe Coffey match tonight.
Like I don't want to like say it was incredible, but kind of say the actual live production on this show was pretty good.
Yeah. I think the live production on the show was fine. It was fine. Definitely watchable. The only real problem, it wasn't even a real problem, just something funny that I want to point out. If you click on the video of the World Cup show today, at the beginning, you'll hear, I guess it was meant to be like an audio test for the guys in the back. It was like, Dave Bradshaw here with James R. Kennedy, and James R. Kennedy says, I wasn't paying attention, I nearly shat myself. Just something funny that I thought I should point out.
But yeah, like again, I feel like this was a great show. Can I just talk about like I like the fact that the World Cup feels legitimate because obviously WCPW can sometimes be a funny little promotion. I don't think in any of the actual matches, obviously like after match stuff with Casino and Kenny Williams had a bit of a laugh, but I think in the matches everything was serious. There wasn't any joking around, which makes, like, I don't want to say this as a pun because it's kind of like a WCW pun, but it makes this World Cup for the first time feel prestigious.
Right.
These on the world, not messing around, you know, I guess Lucky Kid did with Daryl, but Daryl was great, so who fucking cares? But like they all feel prestigious and they really go in these matches. Like there was not a bad match on this card.
Right, I completely agree with that.
Like, again, we'll get into the match that we disagreed with the result on, but anyway.
Let's get into the beginning. The show opens up and we have Speedball Mike Bailey versus Mike Bailey representing Canada versus Travis Banks representing New Zealand. A great match to open up the show with.
Fantastic. These guys did not stop. It was non-stop. Again, I predicted Mike Bailey, but like Robbie can even say this. Like about 2 weeks ago, you were looking at the predictions again, and I was like, "Did I really pick Mike Bailey? Shit, I'm fucked."
I thought he was too, but no. Apparently, you were smart.
Mike Bailey goes through. No, I haven't got a problem with this at all. I think Mike Bailey's a fantastic performer.
Right.
Completely. Also, I think Travis Banks didn't lose convincingly. I think if a Prestige member was going to lose, it should be like that, not in the way it did in the tag match. That's my opinion.
Right.
The actual World Cup matches where the Prestige lost made absolute sense.
Yeah.
Because they went through hell, whereas the bonus match kind of felt like a bit. Obviously, it was actually like a cool down, even though it was a bit too early on the show, in our opinion.
Yeah, I believe it should have been in the middle.
Yeah, just before the Joseph Corner shit, or maybe just after that. Actually, sorry.
Ding, ding. But anyways, yeah, great match to end the show with. I thought it was great, and Mike Bailey's really good, and so Mike Bailey beats Travis Banks.
How shit his little finisher could be, but he always finds a way to make it great. Unlike, because it's kind of the same situation of where a wrestler has to be in a certain position, but it's not like the Alberto El Patron like foot stomp. So it's the fact that he gets on the top rope really quickly and does it.
Right, I agree with that.
I think there was one where I think how this was set up was he pushed Banks off, Banks got his knees, and then he hit it. But yeah, this did not make Travis Banks look weak. I think Travis Banks still has Sasuke could do, because believe it or not, Mike Bailey is no joke. People
right.
yeah, and
anyone who's seen his performances against Brent Money Banks and even El Ligero at Henry Mania, they'll know that he's good, and he's done so much more outside that a lot of people, including myself, might not even know about. So just Mike Bailey's really good, and I think he deserves the win. I expected Travis Banks, but I think he deserves it.
Spoiler here. This is a spoiler. Obviously, tomorrow we're getting Mike Bailey versus Will Ospreay.
Right.
But I don't think he'll be undershadowed. Obviously, Will Ospreay is, in the most fans' eyes, including myself, the better of the two. But I don't think he'll be overshadowed in that match. I think he'll give Will Ospreay a run for his money. Because Mike Bailey, I'm going to be honest, I haven't heard about him, and from what I've seen, he could be one of the most underrated indie wrestlers today. Because obviously you hear about your Joe Connors, your Tyler Bates, your Takahashis, you hear all about these guys. Even Bad Bones I heard of before he came to WCPW. But I've never heard the name Mike Bailey.
Right.
Him here, I'm just like, why isn't this guy bigger?
Right.
What? So I think him and Will Ospreay could have a great match. Will it top what they did tonight? Travis Banks and Mike Bailey will have to see, because it was a great match. Obviously, we don't give ratings here. I will probably say my match of the night if I can. I probably will, but this wasn't it. But it definitely wasn't anywhere near the worst match of the night. We move on next to
Penta El Zero. Say the word. Say the word.
Oh, Miado
versus representing Mexico versus Bad Bones representing Germany.
Right. I have to say something here before you continue. You said that people are overlooking this match.
Yeah.
I have to agree with you. This was...
everyone, I feel like mostly everyone knows how good Penta is. I feel like people are sleeping on Bad Bones.
I just talk about the inconsistency. Obviously I know it was in Germany, but he's come back to being a heel again. Don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like that. I think that was more of a German Wrestling Federation thing, though. He's probably a face over there.
Yep.
But it's all good. I mean, could you argue that Bad Bones kind of turned heel again last night?
I don't remember what he did, if I'm being honest.
He attacked Martin Kirby. Kirby was going for the Sable Bomb, and he hit Kirby. Kirby won by disqualification.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember that.
Well, it happened. I promise it did.
I know I may sound like I'm like 12. I'm not gonna get into my age. I don't really fucking want to talk about that on the internet. But also,
you said it like 1,000,000 times.
Well, if they want to find it, they can find it. Kids don't drink. Seriously. I remember bits of the show. I remember a bit. I remember a line that I said. I think I said Will Ospreay is a unicorn at one point. Don't know why.
What?
Yeah, drunk Alex is not good Alex.
Sober Alex is? Didn't know that. Anyways, the match was pretty good. I liked it, and Pinto won, which was expected.
Yeah. Also.
Even though I predicted Bad Bones, but it was expected for Pinto to win.
And we just talk about how this made Bad Bones look as strong as shit, though, because first of all, Penta hit 2 Mexican destroyers, then he hit his Fear Factor, and that put away Bad Bones. Right. Normally, Destroyer finishes a match, but Bad Bones took 2 and took a Fear Factor, and then he stood up to Penta throughout this match. One thing I didn't get, he went for the bat straight away. Bad Bones, do you not know how cup matches work? But again, I think it was a great match. Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, so Penta L0M is going to go on to face Angelico or Ricochet. Which one? We'll get to that in a bit. War Machine, bonus match. War Machine and Marty Scurll versus The Prestige. That's Joe Hendry, the new hardcore champion, although you wouldn't know that from the show. BT Gunn and the Magnificent Seven briefcase holder, El Ligero.
No. No, the more I think about this match, the more I dislike it. Now, it was a fine match from a wrestling standpoint. When you think about it in the timeline of WCPW, you begin to go,
Right, like The Prestige looked
Like-
really good. Like, I know that after the match they, pummeled Marty Scurll. But man, I just can't help but feel like they're just pretty weak right now. I know BT Gunn won the hardcore title last night.
We just
But-
talk about how those three members each hold each hold an item.
Right, Joe Hendry's WCPW champion, BT Gunn's the WCPW hardcore champion, and El Ligero holds Magnificent Seven briefcase.
Which, to be fair, made him look strong when he won it in the ladder match without any help. I guess Kirby got involved, but you can't say that wasn't for his own management. He didn't get anyone to fight for him in that match.
Right.
So that made him shit. Then you have BT Gunn beating the shit out of Primate.
Right.
And if you don't watch regular WCW, he's a fucking monster. You may know him by the indie circuits as Jason Prime.
You probably don't, because no one knows about the underground indies. But
Also, Joe Hendry, who was the leader of your fucking company.
Well.
And Marty Scott. I understand War Machine as well have been made to look like absolute monsters.
Right.
Indeed, you're meant to be smart, tactical. They just look like bitches compared to what Marty and War Machine. And I hate to say that because obviously they're chicken shit heels. They don't want to get involved in too heavy stuff.
Right.
But they're meant to be crafty heels so they can get the job done, or at least like get out of harm's way.
Right. Just the thing that bothered me with the show, and we brought this up earlier, I think, or we might have just been talking about this in private. I don't know. I don't remember. But I think this is on video. But every Prestige member that was in a match tonight lost, which just I don't know. I didn't like that. The only one that I liked that lost, the only one that I'm happy lost was Joe Coffey.
Wait, about the Travis? I think the Travis Banks one was booked well.
The Travis Banks was booked fine too, so like that's okay. But and I'm like, you can argue that, well, WCPW, they're not making the Prestige look weak. They destroyed Marty after the match, and that's fine. But like, have them win a few matches for God's sake. Like,
Hey, beating a man 3-on-1, beating a man up does not make them look strong.
right.
More men up, well, there's three of them, makes them look strong.
Right.
I know it's Marty Scurll, but Marty Scurll has taken a few losses in the continuity of WCPW. I know he's part of Bullet Club, but that doesn't... Because in the context of WCPW, because not everyone in WCPW, obviously everyone knows what Bullet Club, but they don't watch New Japan and Ring of Honor. I try and watch as much as I can of those promotions, but obviously I have a life, so I can't watch everything. Like, it just took me. Marty could have taken the loss here, but it could have been done in a cheating way, but it still makes the Prestige look strong. Whereas now, we're going to go to Loaded next week, and the Prestige are going to stand tall. But on this show, they didn't. So what changed? You know, I find the booking weird. Like, again, I'm fine with Marty taking the fall here, because he's fine. Or even if, like, the Prestige make a mistake, and that's how they win. But no, they lost clean. Like, really clean. They got dominant. Like, I don't even think they had much of the offense in this match.
Right.
Just
the booking's on. If they can make up for it on Loaded, then it's fine. But just right now, they don't look too strong. I know Joe Hendry's the damn champion, and I know BT Gunn's a hardcore champion. I know El Ligero holds Magnificent briefcase. But
who the f*** beat BT Gunn for that? I'm just thinking. Like, I don't want to predict or anything, but can we just calm it down a little bit? Who do you think could be a possible opponent for BC Gunn to take the belt back?
Primate.
Primate won't take it back.
I guess he well, he could.
I think it could be Rampage.
I don't know, maybe. Give
Imagine
Rampage something to do.
Maybe Daryl. Daryl, maybe.
That's the most likely. Speaking of Daryl, we move on to Hiromu Takahashi versus Lucky Kid. Hiromu Takahashi representing Japan, Lucky Kid representing Germany. Lucky Kid, he's Germany's final. He lost. Lucky Kid lost. Which I guess was fine with how the match went.
I don't have any problem with like how things are booked. Obviously, Takahashi and Penta, big stars. But we saw how irrelevant that whole German qualifier was now.
Well, I don't want to argue that it was irrelevant. Just, you know, I guess that's kind of how this stuff works with the World Cup. But
yeah, to me, nothing really changed hands on that show. There's nothing now that you need to go back to watch.
Right.
On every other show there is, because obviously on the Japanese show you had Liger and Tiger Mask, which are huge stars. You had on the Canadian show you had Kyle O'Reilly, Harry Smith, who is quite big in Canada. Scotland, you had the whole Matt Striker Joe Hendry build up. You had that amazing triple threat main event, but the German show just fell flat. Comparing. Now again, the rest of the world guys also lost, but the rest of the world show had Angelico and Travis Banks, big names.
Right.
Again, it just makes the other show feel a bit dry, but gotta be honest, this was almost my match of the night. Really good match, fantastic one.
It was really good. I don't have much to say about it, but just if someone were to watch it, I think they'd like it.
Now just talk about last night at Stack. I thought his match with Gabriel Kidd was Gabriel Kidd's worst match his worst title defense. Not the audio, just because I thought the match was a bit short. Obviously it's a pre-show, but I just thought it was a bit short, and it didn't really have much build up. It just kind of happened.
Well, I don't want to say it didn't have much build up. It had no build up. What do you mean? Like,
I mean, like the match pacing.
Right. The match pacing. To be fair though, I wasn't really paying attention to the match. Gabriel Kidd versus Lucky Kid. Because that's how I am with audio. If there's no audio or an audio delay, I will get so mad.
But again, this match had a flow to it. You genuinely thought at some point Lucky Kid was going to win. Me and Robbie, I think we started watching it at this point, and sometimes we were like, oh my god. Like, there was a few of those moments in this match. And again, we kind of knew Takahashi was going to win, but this made Lucky Kid look like a fucking star.
Yeah, it made him look really good.
I mean, Daryl was the MVP of the match, just, in the corner. But, Takahashi and Lucky Kid genuinely... Lucky Kid, I want to see a rematch between these two, if we ever can get that, because I know they're big stuff, like at least Takahashi is. But if we're going to get a rematch, I'd say bring it on. I think those guys have really good chemistry.
Agreed.
Like, out of all the matches we see here, obviously you could talk about your Rey Mysterios and your Angelicos, or Rey Mysterio and Will Ospreay and Angelico and Ricochet. But out of all the matches I want to see without being a fanboy in a pure wrestling standpoint, I would pick Takahashi and Lucky Kid to have another match.
Yep, I agree with that, yeah.
But next match we have is Ricochet versus Angelico. Ricochet representing the United States of America and Angelico representing South Africa.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right.
Yep. I didn't know that it said Angelico and Angelica. I said Angelico before, so I'm going to stay with that.
Yeah, we're just going to say Angelico.
But, great match. I feel like this one was not as good as the match that came before it. But I feel like there was a lot of great moments. Also, Ricochet's back to the old music.
I might have been a mistake, I think. I think the new music will be back.
But overall, I'd say, again, like this match, there's nothing wrong with it. I just think after the big boom of the last match, it just kind of felt a little bit flat. But again, nice moments. Ricochet picking up the win.
Right.
It
Not,
didn't
not
make
much. Not much for me to speak about this on this one. I mean, it was it was a good match. I enjoyed it, but I don't have much to speak about on. Like it was good. I liked it.
sense. Angelico is returning to WCPW. I think he's on the final show. I think it was announced later wrong.
Pretty
He's
sure he was.
definitely at the loaded tapings at the plug venue, and also the final is a loaded taping as well, so he'll probably be unloaded again. So we're going to have Angelico for the foreseeable future. Whether we get him or refuse to lose as well, I'd like that. I think Angelico is great. Whether
Agree.
we get him, we don't know.
We don't
But
know. We'll see.
I think we're just waiting to talk about this match. Being honest.
Yeah.
So,
So I'll run this down. Joe
you to
Coffey
run.
comes out and says, you know, I have a bye to the next round. Referee, come out here, raise my hand. Referee comes out. He's about to raise his hand. You know, Joe Coffey sticks his hand out for what looks like the Shield fist bump. And
Can we just say, people are still wondering why Elgin wasn't there. Can we just clear that up?
we really don't know.
We do.
We don't.
Basically, due to some contractual obligations in which we don't know he was no longer able to.
Oh yeah, that's right. Contractual obligations.
So we don't know whether that's with any company or whether he got double booked. You didn't realise.
We don't know
But
if it's real.
but Plumpy basically, or Adam Blobbitt. Oh my God, Adam
Who?
Blobbitt. I actually have the line here, and he goes, "Oh no! If you want to go through to compete in the quarterfinals, you will definitely be fighting in Milton Keynes." I had to pull a few strings. I had to send a couple emails, and we have to thank the company for letting us use this person. Please welcome. And then the music starts. It fades to black, like the lights go out, and you just hear do, and then the intro starts, and then you hear the. Do. Joseph Connors is back in WCPW.
Yo, this is bullshit. I just lost my comment section Federation Championship. But yeah, Joseph Connors is back.
Fucking timing.
Yeah, Joseph Connors, he's back. We don't know if he's back for good or just for the World Cup. We don't really know. Everything that WCPW is posting on Twitter ends with Joseph Connors is back. That's all they're saying.
But like, he's definitely here for the tomorrow show, and I'm gonna be honest. If they can get him back for this show, I wouldn't be surprised if they can get him back for more. Because if they can get him back here, what's the fucking problem?
Right, like, I think WWE's problem when
Also,
the UK stuff first happened, or was first announced, whatever, was WCPW. It's not a television show, but WWE allows their UK guys, I guess, to compete at indie shows that are just indie shows, that, you know, house shows, basically. And, you know, with WCW broadcasting on YouTube and stuff like that. I guess that was their problem.
competition. Okay.
I don't know competition, but, you know, but whatever. I guess that stuff's been cleared up, and they're allowing Joseph Connors to appear in WCPW. If WCPW can become one of those companies that correlate with WWE, like ICW, Progress, stuff like that, I'll be fine with that. I would like that.
I'm not gonna. Obviously, I'm not WWE. I'm not Vince McMahon. But I could have to. If I was Vince McMahon, which I'm not, I'm obviously a much smarter human being than him. Sorry,
You
but
sure?
like I sometimes feel like that. He does make a lot of stupid decisions. But like, if I look at the following WCW's got now, I know obviously it's not as big as the What Culture channel, but 200k subscribers in just over a year. I would be stupid not to align myself with them in some form.
Right. Now I know What Culture, you know, they're not the biggest WWE guys, but they're big.
Oh God, we're up to 218k on the WCW channel. This is growing fast.
Really? Alright.
So I know, like, obviously that's not big, but like, you know, just seeing the influence this has had. Can we just talk about how, like, obviously he had to use the "Don't Look Down," which I'm not going to get pissed about, even though
I
I
don't
am a
know
little.
that move, but it's all good.
At least he got to use Shattered Skies, 15 minutes
Thank God.
song.
Thank God.
Because that pop somehow the people didn't know it was his music to start off with, which
I
kind
knew
of
it
pissed.
was right away. I thought, are they dead for Joseph Connors? But they
Uh,
weren't. They weren't. They just didn't know.
we could talk about after Adam said I had to pull some strings. There was only three. There was only two names that come to mind: Kenny Omega for some reason, and
Yeah.
Rhodes. And then when we
Well,
had the
I
Duke,
didn't think it'd be Cody Rhodes after he said I had to pull strings. Why would they have to pull strings to get Cody?
because he's the Ring of Honor champion.
But he's not contracted to Ring of Honor. That's like the whole story with him being the Ring of Honor champion right now. He's a free agent.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know. But
I
like
think he actually is signed to Ring of Honor. Just they're acting like he isn't. So like the story's like, oh, Cody's an outsider. But I don't know. What do I know?
they did a switch, didn't they?
Hmm?
Isn't he babyface though?
I think he is because Christopher Daniels turned heel. I don't know. Who cares? My point is like, and also my point is like, you know, why would they have to pull strings to get, Cody? Because when Cody was like a regular in WCPW, he was still, with Ring of Honor and New Japan stuff like that. So it's like, why do they have to pull strings? So that kind of went away. So I was like, okay, they somehow have Kenny Omega. And then I heard the piano, and I was like, no fucking
No,
way.
no. But I think we can kind of say we did this in unison. We went, no,
Right?
no, and then just when you heard that, do 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 do.
I didn't know. Like, I first off, I saw the staticky Titantron. Now I also know Joseph Connor's Titantron by heart. So I was like, that really looks like Joseph Connor's. And then I heard the ding. I was like, no way. But and then the song really kicked off. The crowd popped huge.
Which the fact as well that he didn't like he had some WCPW references in there as well, which makes me nice.
Hmm.
So that makes me think he's staying around. Also, I feel like the problems are cleared up now because I don't think WWE are a company like this is no offense to WWE, obviously because they're mainstream. WCPW are sort of mainstream, but not really as much as WWE. Obviously, the global state at all. But like, I feel like WWE aren't a lenient company.
Huh?
I feel like WWE aren't a lenient company. Like they're not going to say you can use them for this show because we're being nice. I feel like they had to obviously they had to agree on something. Or because I think there's no problem here. Joseph Connors, I will say this: he was the first real heel in the company. Before
Sure.
he was the first real. He was kind of the guy that started to push out when it was just a WC. Because at the start it was overloaded with what culture personalities. Now the
Right.
only person is
I mean, like, you can argue that the first, heel was like Rampage, or Big Damo, but Connors was the one that was like, he turned on Joe Hendry. He had the first heel turn, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah.
I shouldn't
I've been,
wait. No, Drake. Drake was kind of a face at first, and then he aligned himself with Prospect when they were heel. But who knows? Connors was one of the first heels in WCPW. What do you say?
make a real impact, make you go, holy shit.
Right.
But again, my thing is Joseph Connors back, and he gets to face Joe Coffey in what could be said. It's not much of a night for me, although it did have that moment of boom, wow, he's back. Didn't feel like a really good match. If I'm being honest, it was fine.
I have to
But it was.
rewatch the match if I'm being honest.
Oh, we were too busy fanboying.
Yeah, I wasn't watching the match. But I was watching the match. But my brain was on another planet. I'll say that much. Alex.
Yeah, sorry, my friend just came in now. But yeah, again, my head was on the planet. But again, Joseph Connors wins. So don't look down. He's back.
Right. It was the Don't Look Down, which is kind of... but I guess it is safer than the Righteous Kill. So that's fine.
Yep.
Connors wins, and he will be facing Hiromu Takahashi
Jesus.
tomorrow. So there's Joseph Connors. He's back in WCPW. We move on to the Back to the Future match, Kushida versus Kenny Williams. Now,
This is my match tonight, in terms of a wrestling standpoint.
didn't really watch it all that much, I don't think.
I just skipped it, if I'm being honest. That's not because we kind of were just a bit like buzzed after the Connors thing, but also it was very dull. It just felt like it was very slow moving. Again, Kushida and Kenny Williams are great athletes, but you cannot follow up the return of Joseph Connors.
Wait,
with...
you just said this is like your favorite match in a wrestling standpoint.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Oh, I didn't mean that. I said as a wrestling standpoint, it was my least favorite.
Oh, you might have said that. I don't know.
Because obviously I said in terms of long time booking, the other one was my least favorite, but in terms of a match, this is my least favorite. Also, oh, sorry about that, dog. But like, it just kind of felt like a little bit lackluster, maybe. Also, I didn't like at the end they were just like Back to the Futuring, like it just kind of felt misplaced.
Sure.
Again, fine. I'm happy Kushida's going through. He's going to face Zack Sabre.
Look. Yep. I guess we just kind of spoiled by the upcoming match. We just spoiled the next match.
Next up, anyway, Jay Lethal versus Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. representing England. Jay Lethal representing the US of A.
By the way, I feel like over the last few matches we haven't really said where the people are from. Joseph Connors is from England, Joe Coffey's from Scotland, Kushida's from Japan, Kenny Williams is from Scotland, Zack Sabre Jr. is from England, and Jay Lethal is from America. There you go.
But like, again, we have this match, incredible match.
I liked it.
Incredible.
I really liked it. I enjoyed the next match more.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the match was still really good though.
Really good match. Loved it. I thought the pacing was on point. Really good match, and it didn't make either guy look weak.
No, I felt like
because the ending happened when Lethal put Sabre put Lethal in a cross armbar, but it was the third cross armbar of the match.
Right.
So it took time to work down to that standpoint, which is huge. Again, loved every minute of it. Fantastic. Zack Sabre moves on. He will be facing Kushida, as we said. But again, I just want to move on to the next match because the ending of it, this could be a bit soppy, as Will said, but it made me cry, the ending. Because some of it's true. He says, you know, what this man, the other man in the match
we'll
has
get
done.
to that. So, Will Ospreay
anyway.
versus Rey Mysterio. Will Ospreay comes out to his new theme music. That is elevated by It Lives, It Breathes, I think is the name of the band.
A long name for a band.
It's not too long, but it's all good. Will Ospreay comes out. They have a really good match.
No, I'm being honest. You didn't watch it as much as because you had things to do.
I watched the whole match. There was a part in the middle where I had to pause and eat.
Talking about yesterday's match at Stacked.
Oh yeah.
Rey Mysterio versus Ricochet felt a bit lackluster. This match, Rey Mysterio, at some parts felt like the old Rey Mysterio of old. That could just be me being a fanboy, but at some point I felt Rey Mysterio was keeping up with Will.
I agree.
Again, I think their styles rubbed off against each other, which isn't surprising. It's Rey Mysterio and Will Ospreay. But
it was great. The match was really good, and Will Ospreay won with an Ozcutter, right?
Ozcutter, yes. But Ray kicked out at 3, so it showed that he almost kicked out. But basically, after that, Will gets on the mic. He's definitely babyface now. It's been confirmed.
Well, that was confirmed. It's Stacked, so
yeah. Great great turn on the Prestige, by the way. Obviously, we didn't join them in the first place, but great attack. Also, can we talk about our little theory, or should we talk about that afterwards? We'll talk about that afterwards.
Little theory.
about Mr. JC and Mr. JH.
You're gonna have to remind me what the theory is.
Connors and Joe Hendry. Honestly,
I,
um,
I,
don't remember, do you? Anyway, he gets on the mic and he goes, "Look, you're my idol. I just, my parents are gonna go get me tickets for SmackDown. We're to set up in the bleachers, and you are the reason that so many people today are changing their styles, changing the way they wrestle, not listening to other people who want wrestling to be pure because you did it first. You are the leader of this new generation. You created this new generation. You're one of the reasons that this new generation exists." And well, everything he said was true.
right,
Everything. He showed Rey Mysterio so much obviously, and since Will Ospreay is one of the most professional men in the business.
right,
But
and
if
just
promo didn't feel like a promo. It felt like a love letter to the man under the mask.
right, and Will Ospreay said that when he was a kid, what he wanted, when he went to that SmackDown show, he wanted to be one of those kids in the front row who would wear the Rey Mysterio masks and get the head thing, whatever Rey does, and just the energy from Rey. And one of the key things I think about this, Rey gets on the mic and basically says that he's honored to be in the ring with Will Ospreay and Rey Mysterio wearing 2 masks. By the way, I guess that's for safety. I don't know.
He used to do that.
Huh?
He's done that for a while now, like a year or two.
Well, I didn't know that. But anyway, so Mysterio takes off his main mask, and he gives that to Will, and that's really cool. And they hung and everything.
Changed some words underneath the mic, which was like
they have a few words that we can't hear.
And then like Rey Mysterio. This isn't meant to sound like it was like a gay thing. I don't mean like that. But he kisses Will not on the lips obviously, but on the head, and says like stuff like you are like the next me. You will go on to do these kind of things. Is what I can kind of grab from that. And you are keep doing what you do and that kind of thing. Rey Mysterio says I love you, crowd, leaves, and that sets up for the next next tomorrow night. Great. Match of the night, not only for the fact that it's Rey Mysterio versus Will Ospreay, a dream match, but for the fact it lived up to that dream status.
Oh yeah, right.
Because you could the argument that Rey isn't as good as he used to be, and that is a fair argument. But in this match, I don't know what about it, but there was the feel. It just felt like they were both giving it 150%.
Right.
And it just felt.
By the way, something to point out, you didn't hear this, Alex, but I clicked on the World Cup video just to see how many views it has. It has like almost 13,000 views, and you guys heard about 1/4 of a second of a Pizza Hut ad, so sorry about that.
But like all in all, great match. Obviously, Will Ospreay will go on to face Speedball Mike Bailey tomorrow night. But anyway, quickly run down the brackets for tomorrow, the quarterfinals, and then we'll get on to our little Joe Hendry Joseph Connors theory.
You're gonna have to get on to it because I have no idea what you're talking about. But are we talking about my tweet to Joseph Connors?
Nope.
Well, I really have no idea what you're talking about. Anyways, so this is what tomorrow looks like. Kushida versus Zack Sabre Jr. The winner of this will go on to Saturday to face Hiromu Takahashi or Joseph Connors. Hiromu Takahashi versus Joseph Connors. The winner of this will go on Saturday to face Kushida or Zack Sabre Jr. Ricochet versus Penta L0M. The winner of this will go on to face Will Ospreay or Mike Bailey. And Will Ospreay versus Mike Bailey. The winner of this will go on to face Ricochet or Penta L0M.
Did you go down our predictions of that as well?
I'll put them on screen. Boom. There you go. Right there. Predictions on screen right now.
Basically, this does have something to do with your tweet. I was kind of a bit wrong. But basically, you tweeted about 2 months ago. Glad you come back and basically beat the prestige out of Joe Hendry. And he said, now people are understanding me. So when I said, and you said, don't get me started, what if Joseph Connors leads the march against the prestige?
Oh, yeah. That'd be fucking awesome. I would really like that. Now, I don't know how good Connors is as a face. The crowd love him, but I don't know how good he is as a face. He's been pretty bland in WWE. I know he's only had about 3 matches in the WWE, but
Just like, I think one thing will help. I think the thing that will help is that he's doing it against Joe Hendry. And I'm not gonna lie, Joe Hendry is one of the best people with promos in this world. So I think if anyone can help him in the UK scene at the minute, it will be Joe Hendry.
right.
But as those guys had, I think the emotions will just go off him naturally. So I didn't see any problems personally, but we'll have to wait and see if that actually happens. It'd be nice. Because we could just think about the team WCPW right now. We could name Marty as one of them. We could name Will, who refused it. We could name Kirby. Lethal even. It's just so many names we could do. But it's the central feud. The reason that Major Henry go to these extremes, in a sense, was Joseph Connors.
Man, here's what I'm thinking. I doubt this is gonna happen, but if Joseph Connors, if he sticks around, and he's a permanent fixture on WCPW, I think WCPW and WWE might have like a bit of a deal. Like, it might be an unfair deal, but say that let's say WCPW needs Joseph Connors for October 2nd, refuse to lose. Let's say they need him for that. If WWE have a UK show on October 2nd that they need Connors for, then WWE has the bigger stick, and they take Joe Connors away from the WCPW show. I think that might be what they're doing. I don't know. That's complete speculation on my part. But how cool would it be if Refuse to Lose? How cool would it be if the main feud? No, I think the main feud they're gonna do is Hendry versus Skrull. But how cool would it be if it ends up being Connors and Hendry just one more time? Just continue that feud. How cool would that be?
Joseph wins it back.
Yeah, what if Connors wins the fucking thing back? That'd be crazy.
Now, again, this show overall, I've really got to go, so I'm going to try and wrap this up as quick as possible. Again, really enjoyed the show, fantastic. What do you think, Robbie?
I really loved it. I really liked it.
I'm definitely going to go back and watch this show, not only for the fact that her brother's doing Will Ospreay, but I thought the entire card was solid. Right. The only match I'd probably skip Williams and Kushida and the 6-man tag.
I agree with that.
Every other match has something to go back to.
I agree.
But anyway, guys, that's our thoughts on the Round of 16 show of the Pro Wrestling World Cup. Please do go like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to catch all our rest of the videos coming out this week, because there's 2 more of them. Actually, there's 3 if you count the podcast. So get ready, guys, because it's pro wrestling. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys all tomorrow with our review of the quarterfinal show of the Pro Wrestling World Cup. Until then, say goodbye from me.
It has been Robbie Mills, joined by the Wrestling HQ House Kingdom, and until next time, go fuck yourself. Goodbye.